There are no more barriers to cross. All I have in common with the uncontrollable and the insane, the vicious and the evil, all the mayhem I have caused and my utter indifference toward it, I have now surpassed. My pain is constant and sharp, and I do not hope for a better world for anyone. In fact, I want my pain to be inflicted on others. I want no one to escape. But even after admitting this, there is no catharsis. My punishment continues to elude me, and I gain no deeper knowledge of myself. No new knowledge can be extracted from my telling. This confession has meant nothing.
Hit it!
Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to the premium episode of How to Become a Terrible Person. Good morning. I say good morning because it is currently 4:30 a.m. on a Friday. On this Friday, the Friday you're hearing this, hopefully, fingers crossed. Just wanted to say thank you before we get too far into this. Excuse me, Jesus Christ, before we get into this podcast too much. I want to talk about a bunch of stuff. I'm suspicious about Coolio's death. I think we all should be. I think we should be good. I think we should be to a point now as a society where we're skeptical of all celebrity deaths. Saw Loretta Lynn died. I suspect foul play. I think she was murdered. You know? I mean, it seems reasonable. I mean, now it's like if you're in this era, if you die of natural causes, I mean, shame on you, right? You know, Betty White was murdered, too. Betty White was murdered by Paul Walker. Fun fact. Now, in the spirit of the new premium podcast, I will not be editing much out of this episode. Hopefully, that's the goal. Siri's blowing me up right now. My pocket's vibrating, my watch is vibrating. And Siri's like, I don't understand. It's like, fucking stop listening to me, Siri. I'm not talking to you. Okay. She said, okay. It's why? Why does everything need to spy on us? Why is that necessary? Like, I know for a fact Siri's listening to me right now. She's transcribing everything I said. And she's transcribing everything I said in the previous podcast, which I deemed too bad to put out. So somewhere in the database, Apple's got all the shit I just said that I thought was way too inappropriate for this podcast. Also, I'm thinking about changing the name of the podcast. I'm thinking about dropping the How to Become a part of the podcast. Just calling the podcast Terrible Person. I don't know. Think about it. Mull it over, guys. I would like some input. 910-557-2871. You know, I'm tired of people saying that exorcisms are scary. I get it. They are. Demonic shit is creepy. Right? It's weird. It's uncomfortable to think about some entity or some demon entering your body and taking control of you and doing all these nightmarish, awful things. But how realistic is it that you're going to be possessed? Like watching The Exorcism, I don't find it that scary because I just watch it and I don't empathize so much. I don't think, wow, this could happen to me. I could be in need of an exorcism. I could be sticking a cross into my vagina. Isn't that what she does? Fuck me. Which is gross, guys. It's just gross. Exorcism shit, gross. Not hot. It's just not hot. And then when she pees on the floor, I think that's probably the weirdest part. She just fully unloads in front of her parents. In her dinner party, and they're all playing the piano, and she comes out and just pisses all over the floor. But anyway, I digress. What I want to say is, I don't think demonic shit is scary. And I say that knowing full well that I will probably at some point be possessed. And then I'll have to recant that statement. Because I'm sure once you do get possessed, you're kind of like, oh shit, this is pretty heavy. This is scary shit. But I think most of the people that were exorcised and most of the people that needed some demonic cleansing back in the day just had severe mental health problems, right? Like they were just the crazy people in town. They just had something chemically wrong or physically wrong with their brain. And I think too that's part of schizophrenia is you think, you get paranoid, you say wild shit. I don't know about the sticking a cross in your vagina. I don't know if that's part of the typical schizophrenia thing, but it might be. But I just think it's I think it's before they were diagnosing everyone with mental health problems. So if exorcisms and demons aren't scary, what's scary? I think home invasion shit's probably the scariest. I think like the Night Stalker level, that's creepy. But that's been also in movies and horror films and Halloween time and folklore. I feel like the home invasion is people sleep on it. They're not as scared by it as they should be. Right? They're like, but what about the demon with the pins in his head? And what about Azazel coming down and taking over my body? Fuck, dude. What if somebody's outside your house right now as you're having that thought? Somebody's waiting for you to leave your door unlocked so they can just strut in and fucking murder you and your family. That's actually scary. I think we need to. I think we need to start being realistic. Like Insidious, not scary. Conjuring, none of that shit's scary. Let's take a look at what the top horror movies, top scary movies are. We'll take a quick list. Quick list. Okay, so we got popular horror movies. We got Halloween. Halloween's good. It's fine. It's a little dated, but the John Carpenter classic, right? I think that's a scary movie. That's a less is more movie. They don't show you a whole lot, and it's creepy, but with all this new flashy horror, it kind of seems boring. That I think is the big criticism of these old horror movies is they're really long-winded, and there's a lot of long shots, especially in Halloween. How long is that movie? It should say here. It's 131 minutes. It's an hour and a half. So it's about 90 minutes. It feels like 90 minutes. Maybe it feels like 100 minutes. The Shining is a classic. But again, man, The Shining, is it really scary? You got the twins. I think the twins now are they're like clowns. I don't find clowns scary. I don't find the twins in the movie that scary. I think going to a place with your family and losing your mind and potentially killing your family, that's fucking scary. That seems like something that would be troubling. I don't find the spirits haunting the hotel that creepy. Because what can a spirit really do? There's 1,000 TV shows trying to prove the existence of ghosts, and a ghost has never hurt anyone on camera. Which, given all the paranormal investigation that we have, don't you think by now if a ghost could hurt somebody, they would have on camera? And they wouldn't hurt what's his name? Wilfred Baggins, Zach Baggins, ghost hunter. I feel like a ghost sees that guy and they're like, you're a little too thirsty. You want it too bad. We're not going to hurt you. But then again, dude, I just don't think ghosts can hurt people. Okay, moving on. The Ring. I don't know. I remember the first time I saw it, I thought it was creepy, but then how do you get the video? How is it practically? I guess is it the end of The Ring where they make you kind of watch the video and then it ends and you're like, oh fuck, now I got 7 days before the ghost comes out on TV and kills me. Dumb. It's not scary to me. It's just not scary. The Ring, it's cool. It's fun to watch. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let's talk about that one. It's an hour and 23 minutes. That movie feels long. Still. It felt long the first time I saw it. Still feels long. But Leatherface is scary. You know why Leatherface is scary? Because Leatherface is kind of what we're heading towards as a society, I feel like. Eventually the dumb Gen Zers who are banning emojis, which we'll talk about, eventually, you know, they're going to breed, and then they're going to breed with each other, and then inbreed, and then blah, blah, blah. And then we're going to end up with Leatherface. The people who were writing comments on Justin Bieber on his Instagram, fans of Chrissy Teigen, they're begetting Leatherfaces, I think. just dumb people meeting and having dumb kids. That's how you get Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Blair Witch Project, still scary. Not good. Not really that good. Scary. Final Destination, I said it before. Plane crash, man, that's iconic. That's scary as fuck. Everybody, I feel like, is afraid of flying in moments. You know, I've gotten really used to it. I've become accustomed to being on a plane and understanding turbulence and stuff. But about once a flight, on every flight I've ever been on, I think this is the moment. This is the moment. What song is that? This is the moment. That's Rihanna, right? Is it? This is the moment. But I think literally that's the thought I have. I just wait for the plane to just drop, and I feel like when a plane, will it nosedive always? Because I always think the scariest way to die in a plane crash would be to fall like backwards. So if the plane breaks in half and then you fall backwards, I think that would be pretty terrifying. But I also think you'd be scared for a minute, but then I gotta wonder, how would you hit like some G-force shit and then pass out, or would you be alive until impact? Because that would suck. To have to descend rapidly without passing out, I think that's probably a really, really scary way to go. A plane, if it explodes in the sky, you're done, dude. You're fine. That's the fastest way to go. See ya. Now, if the plane explodes and you fall to your death from the wreckage, that seems like that'd be a pretty awful way to go. Why can't they put individual parachutes on every seat? And then when the plane explodes, they just have like an auto release and all the parachutes just pop out of the chair. Children of the Corn. Moving forward. Children of the Corn, I don't remember much about that movie. But again, it's Stephen King, so it's long. Feels long. Jeepers Creepers, that guy, the director of Jeepers Creepers, is a known pedophile. Fun fact for the listener. The guy who directed Jeepers Creepers also directed this movie called Powder in the 90s, which, if you haven't seen Powder, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a weird fucking movie. It's on Hulu. It's like about an albino guy who has like superpowers. I don't even think that's accurate or true. But while that movie was being made, the director, what's the director's name? Give me a second here. Victor Salva. So it came out when he was directing Powder, like in the middle of it, when they just found their steam. They were making this great, weird niche movie. The whole crew and cast found out about Victor Salva's past. So apparently in 1988, he was convicted for sexually abusing a 12-year-old actor who starred in his feature film debut, Clown House, the classic Clown House, along with possessing child pornography. So while they were shooting the movie Powder, cast and crew found out about that shit, and they were like, fuck you, Victor Salva. And they revolted. Yeah, and they actually boycotted the film. People were protesting. But then somehow, this is how fucked up Hollywood is. This is how fucked up every industry is, I guess. He went on, that was in obviously he got convicted in 88. He made Jeepers Creepers 1, 2, and 3. That's wild. Because Jeepers Creepers 3 came out in 2017. So what is that? 1988. I mean, what is that? It's about 30 years of filmmaking after he was convicted of abusing a 12-year-old. What the fuck, dude? Fuck Jeepers Creepers, dude. Don't watch it. Don't give it your views. And honestly, man, I might take back my recommendation to watch Powder after thinking about it. All right, let's see. Candyman. Candyman's sick. Candyman's Chicago. Scary as fuck. I remember being real creeped out by Candyman. Misery. Misery's creepy. Misery's probably one of the best Stephen King movies. Because I feel like the ending doesn't suck. All the other Stephen King movies endings are fucking terrible. I don't know. I guess this is a long way of me saying I don't find demonic possession all that scary. Casper, the Friendly Ghost. Witches, dude. Witches is fucking scary. What's that lady's name? Angelica Houston in Witches? Dang. She's the Grand High Witch. Woof. Woof, brother. All right, so I'm recording this episode in chunks for reasons I won't get into now. But I mentioned the thing about Coolio at the beginning. And a lot of people seem to think that maybe Coolio's cause of death wasn't really, natural, right? People are starting to speculate on the internet. And there's a clip. I'm going to play you this clip. I haven't heard this. A friend of mine told me about this clip, and I wanted to listen to it here and then kind of form my opinion about whatever Coolio says after I listen to this. So I'm going to play this clip. It said Coolio, quote, knew they were coming for him, which is very interesting. So I'm going to turn this music down. I'm going to play this clip, and we're going to see what Coolio has to say here.
Life. Also, I'm at a point right now in my life where it's a lot of shit I know that I want to tell people. It's a lot of things that I want to teach, but I'm afraid. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm scared because I got 4 grandchildren, and I got children that are in this world. I got people I care about, and I got people that I care about that don't necessarily believe what I believe.
Yeah,
and I'm not.
Okay, so just to be clear, he hasn't really said anything yet, right? I haven't heard anything of any import other than he has grandkids. He's afraid of something happening to his grandkids. So continue.
I have no fear of death. And I think that those that would oppose my beliefs, they've probably done enough. If somebody's after me or if somebody's watching me, then they know enough about me to know that I have no fear of death. So killing me don't mean shit. It just confirms that what I said was true.
Of death. So killing me don't mean shit.
All right, this is clearly a remix. So
it just
confirms that what I said was true.
They ain't nothing but a heartbeat.
Terrible clip. So he's afraid that he has information, I guess. He wants to tell people, but he's worried that he's going to be executed or that his family's going to be executed, which is a wild thing. Wild world we live in. The fact that you could have some information, you could say something, and then somebody would murder you. And this interview was, I think it was maybe a week or two before he died, a couple weeks. And then he's just dead now. What did Coolio know? What was Coolio on the inside? I heard this thing where if you see rappers in bathtubs, that's an indication that they've been blackmailed into, being gay for record executives. That's what I heard. I heard that all those photo shoots of rappers in hot tubs and bathtubs back in the day, that's a signal to the other controlling media members that this guy has been compromised. Tupac in a bathtub. I don't know if Coolio's ever been in a bathtub. I'm sure Jay-Z, Nas, I'm sure they've been in the bathtub. I don't know. I'm not sure what Coolio knows though, or what he knew. I guess he's dead. But what also too? It's like, who would listen to Coolio say something about the world and be like, man, I gotta kill him now? It's not like Coolio's Taylor Swift. It's not like he's, the hot ticket rapper of our day. So why would they assassinate? They'd probably just smear his reputation if he said something. But I don't know. I saw this thing today. I'm moving on from Coolio. I don't really know what to say about it, but it's interesting that Coolio may have been executed. We'll have to keep our ears open. Ears and eyes open, guys. But I want to talk about this emoji thing. So apparently now you're not allowed to use the thumbs up emoji. Because somebody who's, 16 to 22 is now deeply, deeply offended by the thumbs up thing. You send a text message, you give them a thumbs up. That's not allowed because you know what? It's too passive aggressive. It makes people feel uncomfortable, like you're not listening to them. Well, you know what? Sometimes a fucking text message doesn't deserve a sentence back. It just merits a thumbs up. Passive aggressive. Sometimes passive aggressive works. Sometimes passive aggressive is necessary. There's too many fucking sensitive people who I don't know. Are we in the participation era where everyone now who received a participation trophy growing up is now a grown up and they're making decisions? No one should ever be passive aggressive ever. What? Dude, what the fuck, man? Just because you send a thumbs up emoji doesn't mean you're being a dick. I mean, sometimes it does. I love it when somebody writes you a paragraph and you hit them with a thumbs up. That will get you fired up. If you write something really well thought out and then you get a thumbs up back. But I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to say, hey, you can't use the thumbs up emoji. I'm going to be like, well played. I understand your passive aggressiveness. I take the cue. But, cool Gen Zers and their fucking collection of Air Jordans can't handle the thumbs up emoji. So ridiculous. Go buy a Taylor Swift album. Go buy 8 copies of Taylor Swift's album. By the way, I got some pushback on that last week. Some folks didn't like that. Apparently there were some Swifties that listen to the premium podcast. Again, go fuck yourself. If you're a Taylor Swift fan, you don't. I mean, I guess everybody's kind of a Taylor Swift fan. If you're like a passive Taylor Swift fan, I will, I'm fine with you listening to this podcast. But if I found out that you're a hardcore Swiftie, I'm canceling your membership. 910-557-2871. Haven't given out the number that much this week. I got a gig tonight. I got a gig with the Rich Barra Band, and we're playing outside a hockey arena that isn't open yet. I don't know if I think there might be a game tonight, but we're literally playing out front. And here's what I got to say. Kids, young people thinking about getting into music, thinking about getting in a career where you're entertaining and you go places, you do things, you set up your gear. Don't play drums. Do not play drums. You're just going to have back problems and you're going to fucking hate your life because every gig you're going to play, you're going to have the most shit to haul, and you're also going to be there first, setting up, being annoying, and then you're going to be the last guy out. The guitarist is going to go home. They're going to put their guitars in the case. They're going to say, see ya. They're going to put the little pedal boards away. See ya. I'm out of here. Gig ends at 10. They're out the door at 10:05. Gigs ends at 10 if you're a drummer. You're out there at 11 o'clock. Because then everybody wants to fucking come talk to you. Every old guy who played drums in high school wants to come and criticize your drum kit. Be like, well, why are you using this? It's like, go fuck yourself, dude. I like the way this sounds, and it was inexpensive. Sorry, I'm not going to bring a $10,000 Sonar or DW drum kit to this gig. It's a fucking restaurant, dude. Also, you're wearing a Big Dog t-shirt telling me about your DW drum set that cost $5,000. I don't believe it. Also, you're wearing a Big Dog t-shirt on a Friday night out to a bar. Go fuck yourself. Sorry, that's a very specific rant for probably 4 people that listen to this podcast. I was thinking about something the other day that stuck with me. When I was in college the first time at Indiana University, there was this similar walk every day from the bookstore from one building to another, and you see the same people, and you meet new friends this way. You open the door for people and they say thank you, And then you become friends. You're like, oh, where you headed? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, what major are you? Cool, cool, cool. Opening the door for people literally opens the door to relationships, to, opens your network. Just doing the littlest thing when you're walking to class. Open the door for somebody. So I always kind of lived by that. I always said, if somebody's behind me, I'm going to, even if it's 10, 15 feet, I'll hold the door. I'll make it a point to make sure that they, know that I'm considerate, that I'm polite. And one day, I'm walking from one building to the next, and I open the door for myself, and I see somebody walking behind me. And it's a little person. And this little person, I remember, they had like a skater vibe. I remember that. And I had the door open, and I was holding it, kind of giving them, the smile, let them know that I see them, that I'm opening the door for them. And this little person goes, I don't need your help. I won't do the voice. But they said, I don't need your help. And then when I heard that, I said, well, fuck you then. And I literally pulled the door closed behind me. Pulled it closed. Shut it. I fucking alpha dogged that guy. I remember being like, you know what? You want to be treated like everybody else. You think me opening the door, it's because I feel bad for you because you're a little person. No, it's because I'm fucking polite. I don't care. I wasn't thinking about you before I saw you, and I'm not going to think about you after I see you. Period, dude. It's a nice gesture. And the fact that you're like, now, I'm not going to do the voice. But he said, I don't need your help. Come on, dude. It's not about helping you. It's about doing the right thing, being nice. It's still, to this day, this was probably 15 years ago. I think about it enough. I don't think about it every day, but I think about it enough. It's like I want to coach. I want to coach the youth, dude. Somebody opens the door, just be like, thanks. Got it. It's not a dig on you that they're trying to be helpful. Are you not supposed to be helpful? Do we live in a world today? I bet now if you open the door for a little person, you probably get the SWAT team called on you for being, whatever, ableist. I should move on from this. Moving on. Fuck, guys, I got to be honest with you. This episode was tough to get through for me. I got a lot going on this week. And truthfully, man, I know I need a co-host. I need to either convince Kate to come back once a month, or I need to figure out how to do this in a way that's entertaining for me, that's exciting for me. Because I like having a conversation. I don't like having to just pull topics out of my ass. And I don't really know what the solution is here. But I realize it. I know you listening at home are like, this would be much better if it were a conversation. I totally agree. Totally agree with you. I'm working on it. I'm praying on it. I'm going to church every Sunday. I'm kneeling down. I go, I don't know what to do about Terrible Person, the podcast. Should I change the name? Should I get a co-host? I definitely need a co-host. I'm aware. I went to McDonald's last night. Fuck McDonald's, dude. Last 5 times I've had McDonald's, the fries have been shit. And my order's been wrong. It's like they focus on one thing. You ask for extra pickles on a cheeseburger, and they fucking hammer you with extra pickles. But they don't give you the basics. They don't do the appropriate thing. They don't give you your fries hot. They're soggy. They've been sitting under a lamp or whatever the fuck they do. Or they're soaked in oil, and you're just like, ugh. So gross. They're like brown and hard. I'm over McDonald's. Actually, I've been eating pretty well since the whole Blue Apron debacle this week. Blue Apron has fucked up the boxes the last 3 weeks in a row. And if you have Blue Apron, I'm sure you've noticed it. The price has gone up and the quality has gone way down. I think now I'm becoming an adult enough that I just want to start doing meal prep like regular real adults. Going to the store on Sunday after I plan my meals with my girlfriend for the week. And then we have leftovers. Like, 'cause right now it's like you do Blue Apron or HelloFresh or any of those meals. You have One meal, it's 2 servings, that's it. No leftovers. And you're paying, I think it's like almost $70 a week. Which, I mean, considering, I don't know. I just don't know how to shop for meals appropriately. I don't know how to go to the maybe now it's like you can't go to the grocery store without spending $45, $50. It just seems like obviously everything's inflated price-wise. Gas is $5. It went down 30 cents by me today. Went down to, I think it was over 5, and now it's like $4.80, which that's pretty good. That's an improvement. But you go to the store and you get 18 eggs and it's $7. Like 6 months ago, I don't know, that was like $3. Milk's like $7, $6 for a gallon. What are we doing? Why? Why does everything have to be so expensive? It's because the world sucks. That's why. It's because everybody gets a trophy. Everybody gets a trophy these days, guys. So everything's more expensive. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I have anxiety about the gig I have tonight. It's from 4 to 6 in front of an arena. I have no idea where the arena is. I just know it's going to sound good, but I just have anxiety about doing anything. Does that make sense? That's a very 2022 thing to say. I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to talk to people. Hey, but on the brighter side of things, Blake Shelton's leaving The Voice after 23 seasons. Thank God. When are they just going to fucking cancel The Voice? Somebody asked me, 10 celebrities you wouldn't want to have dinner with. Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, Adam Levine. Adam Levine seems like a douche for unrelated reasons. He seemed like a douche before he got caught being a douchebag. Taylor Swift, no thank you. Pretty much anybody on pop radio. I don't really think I'd have anything to talk to Lil Nas X about. Probably not him. I'll tell you, I'd like to have dinner, like with I think having dinner with O.J. Simpson. That's what it is. Not 10 people I don't want to have dinner with. It's like 4 or 5 weirdos I do want to have dinner with. Weirdos. Unapologetically. So you would be seen in public, but everybody know that you're with weirdos. You're not a weirdo. You're just with them. Hold on. Good morning, John Chain Rich. All right, so I got interrupted in the middle of whatever I was talking about, and I don't know. I need a co-host desperately. Guys, I'm out the door. This has been a mess this week. Have a great one. Thank you for subscribing.